what does DGen have in store for 2025 and an Atlantic City trip report? Let's hop into it. What is up, everybody? Chris the Nice DGen here. Welcome back to the channel. Happy 2025. Hope everybody had a wonderful holiday season. Your New Year's off to a good start. Today, we're going to be talking about some channel direction and some updates for you that are coming, as well as a trip report from Atlantic City. So let's hop into the updates, and then we will talk about the trip report to Atlantic City. Alright, so channel updates for you. Alright, nothing groundbreaking here, all pretty standard, I guess. So I'm going to have a couple of videos coming out, but I teased it on the community post. DGen has a new felt. Alright, DGen has a new felt for his table. If you want to see it, you can go to the community post, or I'll put up a picture now. You can take a look at the felt. I will put a video out on how I put the felt on, all that kind of stuff, because some people are asking me how I did it. So I will show you that. So that's one update for you. Also have some new cameras that'll be over the table, as well as some new microphones and some other new stuff. So Santa was obviously good to DGen here, and we got some new stuff. So that'll all be coming very, very soon. I'll put videos out on that. Also, with that, right, I'm going to be doing some more videos. I'm trying to get more consistent on the videos, and also more lives. All right, I want to do more lives using the app, have you guys play along, all that kind of stuff. And now, since you guys saw my table, there's traditional on half and crapless on the other half, so you can expect some crapsy crapless, you can expect some crapsy traditional, you can expect more crapless videos, and you can expect the standard videos that I've been putting out. So also going to be continuing with the 100 to 10K challenge. All right, we're in week 19 now, I think. So I'm going to continue with that. And then also, I've started a new channel, not craps related. It is kind of gambling related. But me and one of my longtime buddies started a podcast all about sports, gambling, cooking, drinking, literally like all like bro, dude stuff. It's a bad way to explain it, but if you want to check it out, it's linked down below. It's called the OnlyDegensPodcast. A couple episodes are released already. Haven't really talked about it much yet, but have some big plans for that this coming year. So the DGen channel, obviously my craps channel, a lot of plans for that coming. Also plans for the podcast. So if you guys are interested, go check it out. It's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all the major platforms. So you can go check it out. Mainly sports so far, but don't worry, we will get into a lot of other topics, and I would really appreciate your support. So without further ado, those are what's coming in 2025. If there's anything specific that you want to see in 2025, drop DGen an email, put it in the comments, whatever, and I'll try to make it happen. Let's talk about Atlantic City. All right, Atlantic City. Got my notes up so I can talk about everything that happened in Atlantic City. I went for 2 days, so they had the 5X multiplier. Basically, the week of Christmas through the New Year. I only went for 2 days. Went for the 26th and the 27th. So, did all the stuff with the family for Christmas and all that kind of stuff. Then went to Atlantic City. And overall, I'll tell you, it was a good trip. All right. Why was it a good trip? Well, got to see everybody. All right, or a lot of people, not everybody, but most of the Atlantic City crew was there. So it was really good to see them, hang out with them, all that kind of stuff. Was slightly profitable for the trip, with a caveat. I'll get into that. But overall, good trip. Very, very happy with how it went. So let's go over it. So fiance DGen and I got into Atlantic City around like 11:30 on the 26th, which was Thursday morning. And when I walked in, Lou was just banging out a small on the ATS. I was like, of course you are, Lou. Couldn't have waited for me. But Lou knows I love him, and Lou had some really, really good rolls. I'll get into those. But overall, went in to check into the hotel, checked into our room. I'll put up some pictures of the room. Fiance DGen and I checked in, went down to the table. It was about 12 o'clock. At that point, they were opening a second table. So the first table they had, when I walked in, was a $10 table, ATS. By the time I got down there, it was actually a $15 table. Lou told me that they had said that they were bumping it right before I got there. So what are you going to do? $15 table, but they were also opening a $15 fire bet table. So the ATS table was pretty busy. A lot of the guys wanted to switch over to the fire bet table, so that's where we went. Played for about 3.5 hours on Thursday when I got there. So from like 12 to 4-ish, it was about 3.5, 4 hours. And I was dead even after 4 hours of play. All right, after 4 hours of play, dead even. I put up a picture. I was up a couple bucks, but I gave that to the dealers. It was a very, very grindy session. All right, so I would have, one shooter does okay, win a little bit, then like short roll, short roll, short roll, back to have a little bit of profit, short roll, short roll, short roll, then get up a little bit, and again, it was just deja vu. It was constantly like I was fighting City Hall just to get into profit a little bit. I was getting a little frustrated with it, but there for the points and there to hang out with people, so it was a good time, and we broke dead even for the first session, so I'll certainly take it. During that session, saw Lou, obviously, Clay, David or Gypsy on YouTube. A lot of people were there. So it was a really, really good time. Then we broke for dinner. But while we were playing, if anyone's ever been to Atlantic City, Harris, you know what I'm talking about. They have the TVs. Most casinos have the TV right above the tables. So I'm watching soccer while I'm playing craps. I left the craps table twice. I didn't color up. I just had fiance DJ watch my chips and bet for me and stuff. And I ran over to the sportsbook, placed a live bet. So I placed 2 live bets. They both cashed for me while I was at the tables. So it was a net of $55 profit. Not really much to write home about, but some small bets that I just placed on some live games. So I'll put up tickets so you can see them. But overall, the first session up $55 because of the sports bets, not because of craps. I was dead even on craps. Went over to dinner at Gordon Ramsay's, which was good. Had a nice time there. Fiance DJ and I, she comes with me, so she gets to go out to dinner with me. But it's one of our deals when she comes with me. Always go out to dinner. So had a nice dinner. Then went back to the tables. And played for about 2 or 3 hours. I was up $110 after that. Again, not anything crazy. One guy had a decent roll, then Lou had a good roll. And then after that, it was pretty brutal. I was up close to 400 at one point, and then slowly bled until I was like, I'm done with this. Side note, it was fiance DJ's first time playing in Atlantic City. So she brought in for $100. Lou made her about $85. She was up $85, and then she went around the table again, waiting for Lou and a few others to shoot, and then bled that back a little bit. But she was up $8, so she was happy. Up a little bit on her first time playing in Atlantic City, so that was a good time. Then we went over to Crapless Bubble Crap. So at Harris, they just put in recently crapless bubble craps, $5 minimum total action. It was fun and it's addicting, all right? And I will tell you, I have videos. I will show you what they look like. I have videos of me playing, all that kind of stuff. So those videos will be coming out very soon. But I will give you the short and sweet of it. Played 2 sessions, put in $100 in the machine. First session ended up winning $109. Second session, I ended up winning $103, so basically $212 profit in a matter of minutes. So that was fun. Then Victoria wanted me to play. Fiance DJ wanted me to play for her. So got burnt quickly, but then hit a small and hit a tall after that. So she was up $155 after the Crapless Bubble. So good 3 sessions back to back to back on the Crapless Bubble. And then later that night, again, I caught the bug and I gave mine all back. I gave back $200, so I was up $12 in the Crapless Bubble. Sucked, but hey, happens when you're being stupid and doing stupid stuff. Anyway, that was the night on the 26th. Then we went over to the room, went to bed, and then woke up the next morning for the coffee run. So at this point, basically on Thursday, saw pretty much everybody. Adam, Brian, David, Larry, Clay, Lou. If I'm forgetting, I'm sorry. Met Guitar Gary in Discord. Met a lot of people. It was a lot of fun. We had a really good time. And we were having fun. All right. So the 27th, went down for the coffee run. It was a brutal table in the morning. Nobody could get anything going. It was rough. I was down $130 when I was getting fed up, and I was like, you know what? It's time to cut my losses. I'm gonna color up. So I did. However, there's one thing I gotta tell you here. Okay. So I'm at the table. I'm at like stick left 2. Lou's at stick left 1. Him and I are talking. We're chatting, having a good time. And Lou gets the dice, right? And there's this guy right before Lou was tossing. This guy was playing the don'ts on the end of the table. And he clearly had never thrown the dice before. Like, he didn't know where he was throwing them. He was like overhand tossing them. It was wild. Very, very wild. This guy probably had the best roll of the morning, though, of course. Why? Well, you know, that's how craps works sometimes, all right? Some of the most practiced shooters having shit rolls, and this guy has no clue what he's doing. Like, the pit boss is trying to tell him how to roll the dice so he can get it to the back wall, because he didn't hit the back wall on his first, like, 3 rolls. Finally hits the back wall, and then on another roll, he literally just dropped 1 dice, and the stick was like, no roll, no roll, and it was wild. So this same guy, Lou, gets the dice. He goes back to the don't, all right? Lou comes out, 11, knocks his don't, okay? 7, knocks his don't. Lou sets a point. Guy goes into DC. Lou throws a 5. DC travels to the 5. Immediately, Lou throws a 5. This happened for like 10 minutes, and this guy was getting so frustrated. He was getting knocked off everything. Lou was sniping him, and it was fun. So anyway, Lou, great job sniping. I know a lot of you guys have seen the pictures of like the guy that Clay sniped once who was on the don't, just his hands in his head. This guy was basically that way, just slightly more animated and slightly more drunk. So happens. Anyway, down $130 in the morning there. Went over to Crapple's Bubble and won it all back. I literally won $130 playing Crapple's Bubble. That was my goal, was to try to win it back. So I was even at that point. When I came back to the craps table, one of the members of the group was having a good roll, and of course I missed out on it, unfortunately. Sucked, but it is what it is. At that point, Fiance DJ was up. So went back to the room, went to Starbucks, grabbed some coffee, and got ready to check out of the room. And on the checkout, we checked out, put our stuff in the car. I'm coming back, and Clay is in the middle of an absolute monster. So I missed the one good roll when I went over to Crapple's Bubble. Mind you, before I left for Crapple's Bubble, it was like PSO, 2, 3 rolls, PSO. It was brutal. And then it was the same way while I was over at Crapple's Bubble for the most of the time from what I heard. So I can't be too mad about missing that roll, because I probably would have bled a lot more going into that roll. Anyway, after I put the stuff back in the car, we come back to the table. Clay is on a monster, okay? Now, there's a caveat and an asterisk next to Clay's monster, because Clay started the roll, and then Clay wasn't feeling too good. He passed the dice to Lou, and Lou continued the absolute monster. I think there was like 31 box hits, high 30s on the roll overall. Very, very good roll. I missed out on it, unfortunately. Oh well, right? So I bought in at the table, and of course, after the good roll, what has to come? Well, I was getting smacked around. Ultimately, though, about an hour and a half later, Clay had another good roll, and I colored up $180 for that second session of the morning. So at this point, I'm up $180 on the day, on Friday, and I was up close to $200 the day before. We'll take it, right? We'll take it. Now for the fun stuff, all right? So now it's time for DJen to leave, because DJen has to go help Mama DJen and Papa DJen with some things. So play some sports bets on the way out, okay? Well, this one, you can see how long the ticket is. And I used Ed's mentality. I'll put up actual pictures of the tickets. I used Ed's mentality that if I'm going to place a bet and I have to go back to cash it, it's got to be worth it, right? Well, there's some juicy bets. And I only took $100 in place bets. Typically, would place more, but again, these are like lottery tickets. So the first one lost, another one lost, and these are all like 25 to win 300 plus. They're not like, to win, 25 to win 50. They're all like to win a couple $100 at least. Then the big money ticket. All right, so I said I was up for the trip. I was up close to $300 on the craps table overall, but this one will bring you the dandy, all right? So, place a sports bet on the NFL. Chargers minus 4.5, Bengals minus 3, Eagles minus 7, Bills minus 10, Commanders minus 4. 25 to win $573. Returning to DGen will be $598. That bet cashed. Overall for the week up about for the 2 days, $900. I will certainly take it. So was a very, very good trip. Obviously it was profitable to start with, but then this sports bet hitting, which I have to go cash. So I'll be down in Atlantic City another time, obviously, but I'm there enough, so it's not a problem. This was a sweater, though, right? The Bengals won in overtime for me, which was nice, and then the Commanders, literally, by the luck of God, I won this bet. So I will certainly take it, up about $900 for the 2 days. Overall, very, very good. It was great to see everybody, and again, Happy New Year to all of you. I'm going to stop rambling. Trip report, it was good. And if anyone has any funny stories from that trip that I missed, you can drop them down in the comments. I know Lou wanted me to highlight Mr. Don't over there that he kept sniping, so it was a good time. But anyway, channel direction updates for you, a little trip report for you, and looking forward to a very, very good 2025. I have, good goals for this channel, good goals for the podcast, so hoping for support on both. And again, if you have any ideas that you want to see, let me know. Drop them down in the comments or shoot me an email, dicedgen@gmail.com, and I shall try my best to get those things on the docket of videos. I do have quite a few videos queued up, are ready to go, so I'm looking forward to that. I love you all. Don't forget, you all have a little DJing in you, and I will see you all very, very soon. Peace.